We need to talk. What's going on, guys? Ricky Templeton here, back with another video. And today's video we are going to be discussing kind of the state of baseball and where I'm feeling this game's gonna go and where it's kind of at right now. So without further ado, let's get into it. I made a TikTok, okay? If you guys haven't seen the TikTok, here it is up on the screen right here.
But the way they daddy spin, they gon' need something. Do you love me, baby?
Alright, so you guys seen the TikTok, and basically I'm talking about Perfect Game and their kind of like little scheme thing that they're going on here about these kids are in 8th grade, man. And I'm talking about how this game is becoming a money grab machine. I mean, it's like a claw machine, and how it's just grabbing parents and players and just saying, oh, you want to come to play for my travel team? Okay. It's not all about who is the best for the team. It's all about how big your checkbook is. So that is what I feel like the direction of the game is going, and I don't really think that's really healthy and really good for the game, and that's what I'm just trying to say. And I got a lot of heat for it, so I'm just gonna dive in of my examples of how the game is going and how it's just becoming a money grab. First, let's kind of dive into what my post was about. So this is Perfect Game's top 100 class of 2027. Keep in mind, right now, present time, class of 2027 in high school, those kids are in 8th grade. Those kids are 13, 14-year-olds, and they're being ranked. They're being ranked, and they haven't even stepped foot on the high school field yet, and they're being ranked. Granted, some of these kids top at 92. Chase Fuller tops at 92, and he's 13 or 14 years old. Granted, he might have offers. He probably does have offers. I'm sure he's a very, very good baseball player. But what I'm saying is, look, if you saw the TikTok, these kids have not even finished algebra yet. And the Perfect Game is just trying to just grab kind of their clout off of them, I feel like. Perfect Game is what we know. It's a money grabber, obviously. It's a money grabber. But what I'm saying is, this is not healthy for the game. This is teaching parents and kids that, oh my god, if I just work at this, I can be on this list. That should not be your end goal. You should not be trying to beat these guys out for the top 100 list. You should be wanting to get yourself better, wanting to work on your game, not work on your game just to be better than Chase Fuller. That's what my main message is trying to be in this video, and that's what I'm trying to say, that parents need to take a grip on their own kids, and not every kid's going to go D1. I'm just telling you that right now. It's the honest truth. Not every kid's going to go D1, and it's just, this travel baseball has become all about of who has the most money and not who has the most skill to bring to the team. So again, let me just go into a more example. Like, come on, guys. Right here on the screen, you guys see it. This is 9U. Granted, this was last April, but this is 9U spring rankings. Are you serious? Perfect Game, are you kidding me? They're 9-year-olds. Some of them actually, this is 9. Some of them probably are actually even 8. Some of them are even 8-year-olds. But are you kidding me? These kids just learned the game probably 4 or 5 years ago. 4 or 5 years ago, and these kids just learned the game, and you're ranking these kids already. They don't even know half the stuff that people my age know. Not even half the stuff, and you're already ranking these travel teams. I mean, look at this. This is ridiculous. This is seriously ridiculous. Like, this is a joke. And it's not just me who think this. It's a lot of other TikTokers. It's a lot of other baseball influencers. They believe that the game has become something that it shouldn't be. It's not based upon the fun and just pure enjoyment of the game. It's becoming trying to see a number, trying to be a number that you're really not at the end of the day. Cool, Perfect Game gave you a 9.5 out of 10 or a 9. Like, you guys shouldn't be worried about that kind of stuff. That's what I'm trying to say. You should be worried about trying to better yourself, not what your rank is. Because at the end of the day, we've all seen it in other sports like football. At the end of the day, the top recruits in high school how many of them are really, really made a career of themselves in the NFL? Very little, in my opinion. Very, very little. If you've seen the past couple classes, there's going to be a handful of dudes. There's going to be about 4 or 5 dudes who, in that top 10 class, you're going to be like, who? Who was that? So that's what I'm trying to say. Stars in everything. We've seen it in football. Stars are not everything. And we're going to see it in baseball. Rankings are not everything. So we need to stop telling our kids that they can be someone that they shouldn't be. That they're not. That they're not, really. And I just want to go in the scheme of other things of travel baseball. I mean, we've all seen this amazing travel organization. Amazing. Yes. Are they the best travel organization? Probably. They have multiple draft picks. I'm talking hundreds of draft picks. I'm saying multiple national championships between other perfect game tournaments. But like I said, like, what is this? Like, we got, look at this, just look at this. You got 2022 summer teams. I mean, look how many 17U teams you have here. I mean, just look at how many 17U teams you have here, right here. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You have 9 Canes 17U teams. Seriously? Now, a lot of these parents are paying for a team like the Canes Scout 17U team. Obviously, your kid is not going to be a part of a team like the Canes National. Obviously, I mean, those kids are going to be drafted. The kids are going D1 110%. But I mean, why are you paying for just a C on your hat and an Evo Shield logo on your jersey? Why are you paying for that when you know you could go to another organization and probably play these kind of teams and just play with other kids that are just as good as you and thrive? Because that's the only way to get you better, is play against kids that are just as good as you and thrive. There's no point of playing on these teams, playing on these C-D travel teams, and playing against other C-D travel teams just to say that these organizations can have your money. Because at the end of the day, it's not worth it. Parents, you need to know that it is not worth having your kid on a C or D travel team. It is not. It really isn't. And at the end of the day, if your kid's not as good, then he should be playing competition that is at his skill. So a local team, a local travel team, or mid-tier team that might play at these big-time tournaments, but like don't have their own facility. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with a local town travel team, and there's nothing wrong with a mid-tier travel team. You do not need to play at these big-time organizations with their big-time facilities, because all they're really, at the end of the day, is what they want is when that check clears. That's all they want. That's really all they want at the end of the day. And just to prove my point, like, look at this, guys. Look at this more. Complete crew value will vary from $3,000 to shut to $20,000. Now, altogether with lodges and different prices relating to the season, families can pay someplace between $300 and $4,000 for his or her child to play Journey baseball. You're gonna pay $4,000 to play on a C or D travel team? That's up to you. That's up to you, but my opinion, that is not happening. I played on a fair share of local travel teams, mid-tier teams that haven't had their own facilities, but we played at good perfect game tournaments, and I played at the big time organizations that have had their own facilities, stuff like that. So at the end of the day, it's all about where you fit in best. Where you fit in best. I was never going to go D1, so why would I kind of waste my time on a Canes D team, Prime, whatever the name is, playing in these tournaments when I know that these scouts are gonna look at me like, no, they're not. They're really not. They have their recruits. They have them already. They know what they want. Stuff like that. When I could go to a team that is full of rickies and we just thrive together. That's what you want out of a travel team. That's what you really need. Stop overpaying for these big time organizations just to have a logo, just to have equipment, just to have a freaking bat, or like a freaking bag that says Canes Baseball. Why? And parents, this also needs to be addressed. I'm going to show it to you right about now. Like, look at this, guys. Like, I'm not trying to expose the people who have made this pricing, but this is just outrageous in my opinion. If I had a 9 or 10-year-old son or daughter that was pitching, I would never pay $150 for 1 hour lesson. For 1 hour. 2 hours, that's a different story. But 1 single hour, $150. You guys see it on the screen right now. $150, that is the price per lesson. 5 total lessons makes it $140. Wow, $10 shorter. Wow, for each lesson. Cool. That is a total of $700 for 5 lessons for 5 hours. I mean, that's just crazy in my opinion. And then here we have 10 lessons for a whopping $130 per lesson for that, for the price of $1,300. $1,300 for 10 lessons. For 10 hours pitching lessons. Granted, you are getting the equipment and training that comes with it, but in my opinion, if your child is trying to play travel ball, or is just starting, or wants to get better on his or own kind of journey, don't pay these prices. Seriously, don't pay these prices. Go out on your own, or go to your local league, little league or whatever, ask around, see if any local dude is doing it for around $50 to $75 an hour, and that's perfect. That's what I did. It brought me up to the next level just a tad to make me be able to play travel ball. And then that's when you learn things on your own, and that's when you tweak little things, and then you just get better and better each year until maybe you're like 15, 16, you're on the break of taking baseball really seriously, and that's when you can kind of do these lessons. But if you're 10, 11, 12 years old and you really don't have the knowledge and grasp of the actual game itself just yet, parents, don't pay $150 per lesson. But again, you're paying for all this equipment, you're paying for the Rapsodos, the pocket radars, all that kind of crap. So yeah, guys, that's what you're kind of paying for. I just had to come on here and say this because I really don't like to where the game's going nowadays. I really don't like where the game's going. And also, let's just take a look at the 18U teams too for the fall. And if whatever load you have, look at this. I mean, you got 6 teams right here. I mean, this is the only real team that will actually even go somewhere. Other than that, like, is there a team? Is there a dude? Like, there's one dude going D1 here, and yeah. So that's what I'm just saying, guys. That's what I'm saying. Like, go to a team that will benefit you, and go to a team that kind of has the skill levels for your kid. Don't just go on a team just for the logo, just for the gear, just for the facility, because all that at the end of the day doesn't mean that you are going to get better. More dollar signs doesn't necessarily mean that you are going to get better. It doesn't. I'm a D3 baseball player myself. You guys see my videos, you guys see my TikToks. I do whatever it takes to get better. If that means throwing a ball against my house in my backyard, or whether that means throw my plyo balls against a netting in my little facility that I train at, cages, it doesn't matter. That stuff will still get you better. You guys seen Erickson, you guys know he had a little facility in Kansas, and he threw 95 in it. So if you guys really want it, you guys will make it happen. And trust me, you guys do not need to be spending those big dollars to make it happen. So I just had to get that off my chest. There was no hate towards that last TikTok that I made about the top 10 or top 100 2027 grads, it's no hate. I was just making a funny joke. People took it way too seriously, and that's why I just had to feel like I needed to make a video about it, because I just don't like the direction the game is going. We're worried about all these numbers, teams we're on, stuff like that, and it's just not healthy for the game, in my opinion. It's really not healthy for the game, because this game is already it's already hard enough. It's already hard enough. So if we're just in our brains just mentally like drained about, oh man, I didn't hit this number, oh man, I'm not on the preseason rankings, like it's already hard enough. And there's millions of players that play this game. Not every kid's going to be on the top 100, and not every kid's going to go D1. Not every kid's going to make it to even a college. Not every kid's going to play varsity baseball. Not every kid's going to even make the high school team, and again, not every kid's going to make the MLB. So at the end of the day, we need to just have fun, and have fun as long as we can, because none of us know when our end day of playing the sport is, so we just need to have fun. And as always, guys, if you enjoyed this video, please make sure to smash that thumbs up button, leave a comment explaining how you like this video, subscribe to the channel, follow all my socials in the description down below. I make daily TikToks, I make Instagram posts, stories, all that kind of good stuff. So make sure you guys check that out for more content of mine. And without further ado, this has been Ricky Templeton with another video. Peace out, guys.